Konnichiwa, and welcome to Top Class Tokyo, a weekly read podcast about life in Japan and the collision of Asian and American culture. I am your host, Kim Sensei, English teacher by day and by night, podcaster extraordinaire, broadcasting to you from Tokyo, Japan. Joining me today from sunny Los Angeles is my lovely co-host, Justine.
Hello, friend. Long time no see.
I know, it's been too long. I'm sorry, everybody. I apologize to our audience as well, because I missed our season finale week as promised, but better late than never. Here it is.
How dare you disappoint our whole 12 subscribers.
Dude, 12 subscribers!
Yo, I've been doing work.
That's awesome! Holy crap! Wow!
Double digits, baby!
Thank you. Thank you, all 12 of you. The Russian bots, thank you.
Hey, these are real people, I think.
Alright, cool. Thank you for subscribing, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to our final episode of Season 2, Top Class Tokyo. I don't have any anime topics to talk about today because I just got back from traveling to Okinawa, so I was just going to talk about my trip. But I think you went traveling too, right? You went to Santa Barbara and did some hot spring stuff, right?
I also did watch the animes.
All right, I'm proud of you. Look at you showing me up today.
No, I'm not doing extra credit. I'm just catching up on late homework that I didn't do.
You're trying to get that participation grade.
Still counts.
All right.
But yes, I wanted to give my 2 cents about my Dress Up Darling, because I totally did not spend a Friday night binge watching all of the episodes up to wherever it's caught up to now. But I totally did. And
awesome. What'd you think?
I think, watching it, I was like, okay, art style's cute, but then I think what hit me the most was all of, the cosplay nostalgia I got from watching it, because I was like, oh shit, fabric, oh shit, patterns, oh my god, when she showed her shit tier little baby's first cosplay, that was super oversized, and I was just like, girl, that was me too. So I totally...
first shitty cosplay.
Yeah. I totally had, a huge feels trip, and after that, once I had that, connection where it's like, oh man, I've been there, that's when I started investing, and it's like, oh no, we're getting through this whole, whatever, 8 episodes? No? 9? 10? I think it's on 10 right
There's
now.
more, yeah, I think there's a couple more than that. I think I've seen up to 8, but yeah, there's a few more I haven't watched yet.
Yeah, I think I'm on 10, and then I caught up to wherever the anime is, but I was just like, oh, this little baby weeb cosplayer, and then it's all okay, well, I don't want to wait, you stopped at 8, so I'm not sure how far you got through, but how it's like, oh, these are all the places you can cosplay in, oh, these are the different types of materials, oh, these are the wigs, I'm just like, oh my god, this is me! So...
I mean, they're actually, I really love this anime because it's set in Tokyo, and, for the first few episodes of it, they're all kind of set at a cosplay event in Ikebukuro, so it's not even a fantasy to me. This is my real life, and these are the places that I actually go through. I love watching the opening to this anime because I literally walk through the Animates cafe plaza. That's the spot, man. When everything got shut down for COVID, that's where everybody would be partying in the park. So literally, people just be sitting there camped out with beers in hand. So yeah, it would be oh, the bars are closed, can't stop me. The public drinking is legal here in Japan, so yeah, it was it was an interesting time, but yeah, so I think that's another thing that I really like about this anime too, is that to contrast it with Skate the Infinity, the abomination of Skate the Infinity, which we talked about in a previous episode. I feel like this, My Dress Up Darling is it knows its audience, and it is written to that audience, with the person being knowledgeable about that subject. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, it just makes it feel so much more authentic. So yeah, I agree. I feel like that's why it's gotten so popular. Not only because of the animation, the art is beautiful, but because of how authentic it is and how much like respect it pays to cosplay culture.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And then like all those those kids that always buy all their cosplays and shit won't know the struggle. But then they're like, oh, we remember when cosplay was so largely commercialized and we couldn't access any of that shit. So it's like very like on brand in terms of the audience being within that generation where cosplay wasn't a easily consumable thing.
Yes, when you had to make your own cosplays and you could not, the community just wasn't big enough for people to like commission. Like you had to do it yourself, even if you didn't have the skills for like construction. Like even back then, I feel like it wasn't a thing that people would make armor, and like props was in its very early infancy where people would just buy like repurpose
Let's
like
reuse
plastic toys
this
and
pool
shit.
noodle into Saurus. This is fucking
Yeah.
Keyblade.
Yeah. It's come a long way, hasn't it? Cosplay has come a long way. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So A tier.
Agreed.
On the report card, A+ for My Joseph Darling. I'm glad you caught up. Welcome to the party. Anything else?
Oh no, that was like what I was working on, and I caught up on it, and I was very satisfied, and I didn't want to like ruin that taste that's already in my mouth, so I was like, no, we're good here.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't brave enough to explore further.
That's actually what I did with Black Lagoon. I kind of stopped watching after 8 episodes because I was like, damn, that 8th episode just ended amazingly. You have no idea what I'm talking about. People who've seen Black Lagoon, because like there's 2 seasons of it. I haven't seen like 1.5 seasons of Black Lagoon, but I was just like, holy fuck. I can't. I don't want to get disappointed by the way the rest of this season goes because of just how amazing like the first half of season 1 was written. So
But I think I
never went further.
Yeah, I think I have more inspiration to watch anime now because like I have a little Weeblit coworker that watches anime, and now I'm like, hey, little Weeblit, tell me what to watch. So at least I have like a buffer to be like, okay, I don't want to waste my time watching garbage, so my little Weeblit will give me the good dish.
Okay, cool. So we, what you're saying is we actually have an intern now for Top Class Tokyo. We have
It's mostly just my coworker that was like, who discovered I was a fucking weeb, and he's all like, oh, I'm gonna go to Anime Expo for the first time, and I was just like, oh, have fun with that.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, you little bean, have fun, but been there, done that.
His first con back is the first post-COVID Anime Expo. That's wild. Like, whoa. I wonder how that's gonna be.
Yeah.
Because it's like he won't know what it was like before, and I wonder how it's gonna be different.
He's
like,
gonna think
year.
it's like the best shit ever.
I guess ignorance is bliss, huh?
Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss. Poor little weeb. He doesn't know what he's missing.
I'm sure he'll have fun.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's no
is always fun.
There's no standard to compare to, so babies first. That means everything's great.
Yeah. Good luck to him. I wish him well. I hope he has a good time. I unfortunately won't be able to make it, so I'm very sad about that. Like, it seems like most cons are gonna be back this year, as far as I can tell. At least that's like gonna be the biggest one in the country as far as anime conventions go. So I would assume, at least in and it's surprising too. It's California too. So
yeah. It's okay though, because here now, like, the whole COVID restriction stuff, no one is, like, really doing anything. They're just like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. Just like, okay.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of doing whatever you want, I was in Okinawa, and one of the places that I visited in Okinawa was the American Village like, right next to the base in Chatan, which is like central on the island. So it's basically, think like reverse Chinatown. And it's just like, it's Asia all surrounding, and then this tiny little island of like Americans. Like, and I'm just like, oh, this is so cute. And it actually reminded me of the Vegas Strip in a way, with how like fake it was, with like, there's like 3 blocks of this like development that's just kind of like built up to look like America in a very fake, like Disneyland kind of way.
America Simulator IRL.
It for real is. And it's like a weird mashup too, because it's like they took like subway, like New York subway signs, but then like they have like West Coast shit mashed up together with it. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, oh, where am I in America? Because it was like New York, like fire station, like kind of like wall, like a fake fire station wall with like the fire trucks and shit. But then it was like trying to be like California, like cafe vibe on the other side. So
Yeah,
I was
threw a little bit of everything in there, you know. Felt like
yeah.
home.
Weird,
Slight resemblance of home wherever part of America you're from.
Yeah, but anyway, the point that I was trying to make is that nobody was masking there. Oh my god, all the Americans.
The lifestyle
no
transitioned well into a pocket of America.
Yeah. I was like, damn, it really does feel like I left Japan and came to another country. So, yeah. Oh, but the food was fucking garbage. It was like they were the weak attempts of Japanese people to try to make American food, and it was so bad.
Was it like bad, or was it like Japaneseified?
No, it was Japaneseified and bad. It was so bad. I'm like, how do you fuck up a burger? How?
Tell me how. I need to know.
God, they fucked up. Like, the most important part of a burger is the meat, and they fucked that up. Like, how can you not make the meat taste good?
Did they like overcook it, or?
No, it was just like, I feel like beef is just like beef and any kind of meat is just goes through a different like preparation or process here, because like bacon does not taste like bacon here.
Less
it's
nitrates
like
in it.
Salty ham. It's the closest it comes is salty ham.
Less nitrates in it. That's where the flavor comes from.
They don't really get like smoke. You never get anything like with a smoky kind of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
No barbecue kind of flavors. So it just ends up being very plain, or just like seasoned really weird, and like the balance is just off. So yeah, it was just not good. Like, it was like tacos, taco rice, but like, and like burgers and fries. I didn't really see much pizza, but it was just like all the American food looked terrible.
Were there any like chains, or was this just like little shops, or like
no, yeah, it's just all these little random shops.
They tried.
No chains. Yeah. Bar scene, on the other hand, though, is really good. Like, bar scene is very American. There's like a ton of little bars in there, and they're like really kind of unique. It's almost like the best of both worlds, actually, for the bar scene, because it's like they have the izakaya, small, tiny, intimate bars with like very attentive bartenders, and like you get that really cool atmosphere. And they also have bars that are very American style, like huge open space with like a wraparound bar and just like tons of Americans in there. So you get like drunk Marines. So like you get the full spectrum in the bar scene, I think. So I think that's the cool part of American Village, is just being able to kind of soak up the American atmosphere and not really. Don't go there for the food.
If you want to try America Light, go to an American Village. Save the plane trip.
Because like there were a lot of Japanese tourists there, and like they did a lot of shopping because they have like American brands there. There's like a I got this sweater from Hurley. There's like a Fila store. There's like a bunch of American brands there, so like the shopping is okay. But yeah, unfortunately,
It's like
that's
when
about it.
it's like when you go to Chinatown in America and be like, close enough.
Dude, though, but it's kind of like it's better in America if you go to Chinatown because you go there for the food.
Yeah.
Like, so, I'm a little disappointed.
And if you
in
think
us.
about it, like, you gotta cut them some slack because they're an island, so getting these resources to said tiny island is probably a bit challenging.
Actually, no, I shouldn't be disappointed in us because it's not Americans making the food. It's Japanese people making the food. So, never mind.
Cause like, is it like an ingredient thing or is it just like a lack of like?
No, it's not an ingredient thing. It's like, I mean, other than the ham, because they don't know how to make smoked flavored kind of bacon, like, and they have the ingredients. I don't think they don't know what the taste of America is like. You know what I mean? Like, there's like I'm gonna assume most of these Japanese people have never been outside the country, and this is what they think a burger tastes like. Yeah, so that's kind of like use your imagination.
Oh, they're trying, just not hard enough to care and actually appease the audience. But it's okay. Bless their heart.
Yeah. A for effort.
It's a you try.
Yeah, let's put this on the report card. A for effort, but low D. I'm not even like barely passing like as edible. So I'm sorry.
Did you get any desserts or how was like the actual Japanese food though?
Oh god. So I was in Naha because that's where the airport is. And Japanese food is good. Holy shit, the Japanese food is good. I had this like I don't know what you call it, but it's not ramen because there wasn't soup, and it's not tsukemen because there wasn't any broth either on the side. And it's more like mee goreng. If you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's just like
pancit.
Yeah. It's not like pancit because it's got like it looks like ramen, and it's got the thick noodles, and then it's got all the toppings on top of it.
Did it have like a sauce?
The sauce was kind of like incorporated into the noodle, so it wasn't like
I think I've had that style before, and then there's some where you can have like ground meat as one of the toppings. Is that?
Yeah, it's really customizable.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think really... and then sometimes they put a onsen egg on it or like a runny egg on it.
Yeah, it was not even a runny egg, it was just the yolk.
Yeah. Okay, I've had that before. I just forget what it's called, but there's this noodle place that I would mean to try it up in Roland that is that type of noodle. But I know what noodle you're talking about. It's good, but it's kind of heavy.
It's super heavy. I did not expect it to be so heavy because I got the smallest size and I couldn't even finish it. It knocked me out. But yeah, Japanese food was amazing. I had really good sushi. The fish, like uni, was so fresh. It was really, really
so
good.
Jealous.
Yeah, so.
Okay, I'm gonna go there next.
Come to Japan and eat the Japanese food.
Sounds good.
Yep. Yeah, and originally I had gone to Okinawa to do a scuba trip, but the weather was fucking terrible, and it was almost like a typhoon while I was there because it was so windy and the wind was so strong and rainy. My umbrella fucking broke in the wind.
Oh, no.
Like I was supposed to do 3 days of diving. One day the first day I didn't even get into the ocean because it was so rough. The waves were so high. Like they're like, let's just go to the pool and like have you start off there. And then the second day I only did like one dive because I was like I don't know. I guess I chickened out because I was like, holy shit, this is too much for me.
You got spooked by the inclement weather?
I got spooked. Scuba diving is tough. It's like, if you've never done it before, I thought it was going to be a lot. It looks easy, but it actually takes a lot of strength, like physical strength, endurance, and coordination. And you have to be so comfortable in the water with swimming and just knowing how to breathe and like work your your gear.
Uh-huh.
So it was really challenging. It was such a steep learning curve. But yeah, I did like 1.5 days of scuba, and I tried to make it to the beach, but both beaches were shut down, and it fucking sucked. And like, even the weather was not cooperating either, because like the one, since I was in American Village, the one that's close by, it's within walking distance, is Sunset Beach. And it's like, when I got there, it was fenced off, and there were like bulldozers like shoving sand around, and it was like drained, and it was basically closed for renovation till I think the end of March. So probably gonna have to check back this summer for that. And then the other beach I got to was Araha Beach, which is you could walk it, but I took a cab, so yeah, that one actually, I don't know why. I think there was just not a lifeguard on duty, so they had a sign up that just said no swimming allowed.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really disappointing. It's actually it's a beautiful beach. They've got like a park right next to it with a pirate ship, like a big playground for the kids. I know, it's really cute. There's like a basketball court. There's like a little boardwalk, and like off of the shore, there are like these really cool rock formations that people can climb on and stuff and jump off of. So wow. I was so bummed. Yeah, I was so bummed that it was closed for swimming. The water looks clear. Yeah.
Is it like off season there trip. Or what?
It's kind of off season. I'm like right in between the transition. It's like I'm towards the end of the dry season, I think. It's about to turn into typhoon season.
Oh. Fun.
Wet season. So, but it's kind of like wet and dry.
Mm-hmm.
Very tropical climate there.
Was it warm?
Warmer than Tokyo. Very humid, but not as humid and shitty as Tokyo gets, because you get the island breeze.
Nice.
But it's about 10 degrees warmer than Tokyo. So it was around like comfortable like 70.
Okay,
except
that's
when
good.
it was raining.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, it was
tropical.
like cloudy and rainy. Yeah. So
that's nice though.
A little cool.
It got like random cold again in California, so I'm like sad about it because it's like the 60s. And I'm just like, ugh, what the hell is this? It's spring.
Wait, so did you actually get to an onsen in Santa Barbara?
Yes, I did. I got to the hot springs. It was pretty great. We did a morning hike up to the hot spring, which wasn't too bad. It was like a pretty short hike. It was like up in the bougie parts of Santa Barbara where it was like literally no sidewalks because only poor people use sidewalks. So we went up the hike. It was probably like a mile or so of a hike, so it wasn't even that bad. And we get to the hot springs, and apparently there was a trail race going on at the same time. So we heard people like just cheering randomly, and we put two and two together because there would also be people that were running, but they had these little tags on them. And then when we got to the hot springs, they're like, oh yeah, there's a race. So whenever a racer would pass by, the people chilling in the hot springs would just cheer, and it was pretty fun. But it was cool though, because there were like 5 different pools, and each pool got hotter and hotter the closer you got to like wherever the hot spring, wherever the hot spring started. So that was pretty nice because it was kind of like, I kind of had Ranma 1/2 vibes. You know how there's different springs, and it's like,
that's so cool.
Like the hottest one was at the top, so they had to like climb through the different levels of the hot springs. So that was about it. I'm like totally down to go again, just because.
Wow, that's cool.
And apparently we went on like a pretty good day because it wasn't super busy. So we got to like chill in the hottest pool, and then it was nice because it wasn't super crowded.
So like, this is an American hot spring experience. So like, is it totally outdoors, co-ed?
Yeah.
Do people have to pay? Like, is it like a facility?
Just literally just like a hole of water in the middle of the forest.
That's so cool. So it's just like a natural feature, like outdoors.
Yeah, like I'm not sure if it's like a natural one or not, because we were talking to one of the locals there, and she was saying that this hot spring that we hiked to was pretty new, because they there was a mudslide that occurred that destroyed the original one. So this is where all the water was getting routed to now, and then they just built like a new hot spring there within like the past 2-3 years. So that's a thing there now because of the mudslides.
Okay, well, I guess that's cool that they rebuilt it. It sounds really awesome that there's like multiple like levels and tiers. So, like, is it so if it's free to go, like are people like butt naked in these?
No,
hot
it's like
springs?
bathing suits because America
Okay.
is conservative
America.
like that about nudity.
So it sounds like it's on like public property.
It's it's on the trail. So like the trail cuts through between people's houses, but then it goes into like whatever the campgrounds or whatever the park grounds are.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like it's part of the park then.
Yeah.
Because it's being maintained and somebody rebuilt it. So okay.
But if you want to go,
hell yeah,
I'm so
I wanna
down.
go.
We have to go ass early
yeah.
though because it's quieter and there's less people.
Yeah, is there a best time of year to go?
I'm not sure. I think because California's weather is like every time is a good time. It's like, yeah, sure, pull up whenever.
Oh, not true for Japan. Oh my god, it's so temperamental here. You have to like time everything perfectly, and even if you do, there's no guarantee. Ugh.
I wouldn't know. Can't relate. Every season's a good season in California.
Did you know there's 4 seasons in Japan?
Yeah, how unfortunate.
Oh my god. No, that's like a meme. That's a thing that people say here.
That's
like,
what people
legit.
Yeah, that's what people say about East Coast too. When they're like
yeah.
When people are like, "Oh, I like the seasons." I'm just like, "That's nice." I don't particularly care for them, but good for you.
All right, cool. Anything else for today? Shall we end it here on our top class finale?
Yeah, I think that wraps up most of the good highlights of both of our trips and the animus that I've caught up on.
Yeah, we managed. Good job. Coming in clutch. Thank you for keeping this a week podcast.
I am the youths. I keep up with the animes. Yes.
All right. So since this is my last week on my spring break before the Japanese school year starts, this will be our final episode of season 2. And hoping to come back for season 3 this summer/fall. So, all 12 of you subscribers, hang tight. We'll be coming back with season 3 America edition when I return to the homeland. So, yeah, I guess if you have any thoughts, comments, Q&A, suggestions, requests for topics you'd like to hear more about, please reach out to us on our social media at Top Class Tokyo on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, or send us an email at topclasstokyo@gmail.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Class is dismissed.
Woo! Fuck school! Woo! USA! USA! USA!